Today we're going to review tip, tax, and discount for our test. First problem is about tip. The Lombardo family went out to dinner and the cost of their meal was $62. If they left a 20% tip, how much did they leave in total? So there were two ways you could do this. Remember that way one allows you to find the tip separately and then add it on to the meal. We know that their meal cost $62 and they left a 20% tip. So we need to find 20% of $62. To do that, we're going to change 20% to a decimal, divide by 100 so you get 0.2, and you multiply by that original price to get the after price for the tip. So we would have $62 times 0.2, and your tip would be $12.40. But they want to know how much we left in total. So you would have your bill of $62 plus the tip of $12.40 to get $74.40. Now, the way two is you know you're paying a total. So you're paying 100% of the bill plus 20% tip for 120% of that bill. Okay, so we know that we can turn 120% into a decimal, divide by 100 and get 1.2. So we can multiply 1.2 by $62, which means we're paying 120% of that total to get $74.40. Whichever way you do it, that would be your final answer. Okay, here's a multiple choice question about tip. Joseph's lunch at a restaurant costs $13 without tax. He leaves the waiter a tip of 17% of the cost of the lunch without tax. What is the total cost of the lunch including the tip without tax? So again, you could have solved this two ways. We know we're finding 17% of 13. 17% as a decimal is 0.17. Remember, you can divide 17 by 100 or move that decimal point 2 spaces to the left. And we're going to multiply by 13. So 13 times 0.17 is $2.21. So that is the tip, okay? But they want to know the total cost. So you have to go ahead and add that tip onto the total cost of 13. And so your answer would be $15.21, which is option D. You could have also, since you want a total, you could have found the total percentage you're paying, which is 100% of your bill plus 17%, which is 117%. 170% as a decimal is 1.17, and you could have multiplied that by 13, and you would have also got 15.21 all in one step. Either way, you would have gotten option D. Okay, here's a problem on discount. The bookstore normally sells mechanical pencils for $6.50. This week, the pencils are discounted by 25%. To the nearest cent, what is the sale price of the mechanical pencils? Again, there's two ways to do this. We know that we're originally having pencils for $6.50, but we are discounted by 25%. So I need to find what 25% is so I know how much money I'm taking off. So 25% as a decimal is 0.25, so I can multiply 650 by 0.25, and I'll get 1.625. Now, I know I have to round to the nearest cent. Now, money always rounds to the nearest hundredths place. So I'm going to look to my thousandths place to round. If it's below 5, I keep it the same. If it's 5 and above, I round up. So because it's a 5, I'm going to do 1.63. So that's my discount. So I know I'm starting with $6.50, and I'm subtracting that discount of $1.63. And when you do that, you get $4.87 as your total. Now, the second way you could have done this is we know that we have a discount of 25%. So we know instead of paying 100% of our bill, we're taking off 25%, which means we're only paying 75% of that bill. So we're taking that $6.50 and we're multiplying by 0.75 because we know we're only paying 75% of our bill. And when we do that, we get 4.875. When you multiply 6.50 times 0.25, you get 1.625. Now, wait to round until the very end. So when we do this, we know that's our discount. So 650 minus 1.625 equals 4.875. But now we know we need to round to the nearest cent. So for money, we always look to the hundredths place, and then we round based on what's in the thousands place. So since this is a 5, we're going to round up. So we know we would be paying $4.88. Now the other way we could do this is, we know we're getting a discount of 25%. So instead of paying 100% of our bill, we're taking off 25%, which means we're only paying 75% of that bill. So instead of paying $6.50, we're paying 75% of that. So you would turn 75% into a decimal, 0.75, and multiply, and you would get 4.875, the same exact answer as we had over here. And again, we would round to that nearest hundredths place, nearest cent, and get $4.88. So either way, that would be our sale price of our mechanical pencils. All right, last problem today, we're going to put tax and discount together. A home improvement store sold wind chimes for $30 each. A customer signed up for a free membership card and received a 5% discount off the price. Sales tax of 5% was applied after the discount. What was the final price of the wind chime? So when they're asking you to do two things in a problem, go in the order that is described in the problem. So because they talked about the discount first, and then they said the tax was applied after the discount, we're going to find that discount price first, and then we'll apply the sales tax. So for the discount, we know we have a 5% discount. So again, whichever way you like to do it, I know that instead of paying 100% of my price, I'm paying 5% less. So I'm only paying 95% of that price. 95% is a decimal 0.95. So I can take my original price and multiply it by that 95% that I'm paying. And I get $28.50. And if you had originally multiplied by 5% instead and subtracted, you would have got the same answer. So that's how much money we're paying with the discount. But then it says we have a sales tax of 5% that was applied after. Now remember, sales tax is money that's added on, okay? It's money that we're given to the government. So we have a tax of 5%. So I'm going to take that money that I am now paying with that discount, okay? And I need to find what that amount of tax is, okay? So again, you can do this in multiple ways. I'll find what that tax is actually going to be. So I know the tax is 5%. So 5% as a decimal, okay, 5 divided by 100 would be 0.05. So I'm going to multiply my bill by 5%. And my tax is 1.425. So again, it's money. Okay, so we're going to want to round up there. Okay, we round to the nearest hundredths place. So because it's a 5 in the thousands, we're going to round up to 1.43. Okay, so I'm going to pay that $28.50 plus my tax. And my total will be $29.93. Okay, so again, multiple ways to do these problems, but these are the final answers that you should have. Okay, so quick check-in before we're done for today. How do you feel about finding tips, tax, and discounts?